you can relax. Colleen and Erik have a podcast. The world is scary and we're locked in our home, but now we have big microphones, so you can relax. That's the name of our podcast. Hello, welcome to Relax, the podcast. I'm Colleen Ballinger.
I'm Erik Stocklin.
And this is our podcast where we hang out and talk and about whatever we want. We got a fun episode for you guys today. If you are watching the podcast, you'll see my outfit is basically incredible.
You're welcome.
And we've got a lot of fun stuff we're going to talk about today, mostly based around one of the best movies of all time.
Yes.
But we got a lot of fun stuff. So it's coming up. We're going to be talking about
That's a good one. Let's have some fun. What?
Kissing. I'm like really, really excited about something I discovered today while watching the movie that we both decided to watch for this podcast.
Is it a secret?
Well, I just want to wait till we get to it because I'm like really excited. Okay, so hello. Let's start off the episode with what we always start off with, which is Who Needs to Relax Day. Levy, you go first.
For me, I'll just say straight out, people who drive behind me when I'm driving our minivan. Now, there is something culturally happening with people when they drive behind minivans. Mm-hmm. Now, a minivan is a people mover. Mm-hmm. There's a family inside, like one would assume, right? Mm-hmm. So why is it that it just makes people angry and aggressive drivers?
You know, I'm excited you brought this up because this is something we have both noticed since getting a minivan, which we've only had a minivan for maybe
a couple months,
I don't know.
First time minivan owners.
And we've noticed that since getting a minivan, the road rage that happens around us, if we don't drive any differently, we're not driving slower now that we have a minivan.
Same
we drive
speed,
exactly the same.
Same style.
But minivans make people angry.
Angry and aggressive.
So like whenever they see our minivan, it's like they come up right up to the butt of our car and they zip around us as fast as they can. Mm-hmm. Like so angry that there's a minivan.
Yeah.
And I think people just assume minivan, they're going to be slow.
There's a stigma.
Like a mom in there that's just annoying or like, I don't know.
I don't know but I kind of think back to when I was a 16-year-old first driver and up until now, like I feel like I didn't want to be behind minivans because I just assumed that they were slower or something about it was like, I got to get around this. I got to get around this thing as fast as possible. And now driving one, I look in the rearview mirror, I'm just like, wow, everyone is aggressively riding our butts and then speeding around us, even when we're doing the same things we've always done.
Yeah.
And driving at the same speeds.
Yeah. People don't like minivans, I guess. So
but there's children in here.
They don't care, love. It's a minivan. It's annoying to them. I think. I don't know. That's why I'm excited you brought it up because I think we can now open up this conversation because we've had this conversation multiple times. Yeah. But now we can open up the conversation to you guys and you can tell us if you own a minivan, tell us. Does this happen to you? Because we've noticed a huge shift in like people just
it's a newer purchase. We had another car that was good enough for the three of us. And then we were like, I'm going to call it an upgrade to the minivan. But like, when we used to drive around in the other car, no problems. No, I never noticed anything like this. And now instantly with the minivan, everyone around us is so mad about it.
Maybe it's an LA thing too. Like maybe it's like in LA, they're like, what's this family doing in Los Angeles? Right, yeah. Get out of here. We are industry people and have places to be. Because I bet, I wonder if like in the Midwest or in the South if this happens. Because like.
Right, because it's just. Maybe there's more minivans there per capita.
Yeah, so they just like are like, this is what we have. We have minivans here. But here it's like maybe a little bit more rare. So they're like, oh, look at this tourist family coming to visit Hollywood. Get out of my way.
We got the California plates. It's a cool looking minivan as far as minivans go.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why
it's a nice ride. I enjoy driving it. Gosh,
the children inside of my Lovey.
Relax.
No, I'm sorry. It's just like you can see them. I wonder if you can see it on camera. Probably not, but they are just trying to get out.
They're big fans of the podcast.
Yeah, they're agreeing with us.
They love it when we do this late on a Friday night.
Oh my God. So my relax. Can I talk about who I think needs to relax?
You're allowed. I'll allow it.
It's not a person. It's just it's.
Did I say it was a person?
No, I said who needs to relax, but it's not a who.
Okay.
It's just a thing that you have to do when you're pregnant. Sorry, it's pregnancy related, but this episode is not pregnancy related. So I feel like I'm allowed to say a relax. It's pregnancy related.
Of course you are.
The amount of blood work I have to get done is absurd. And today I had to do, I think they drew like 8 to 10 vials of my blood.
Your favorite thing to do.
I don't like it. And I remember when I was pregnant the first time, I was so angry that they made, like, I remember my sister-in-law telling me I was going to have to go to the doctor every month and being like, no. I remember just thinking like,
every month.
That's
that
crazy.
Sounds like vacation.
I know. And now we're at the doctor multiple times.
Day.
So I know it's insane.
Like
there's some sort of a doctor that we go to every day. And I just never knew that about pregnancy, but especially about like the blood work. I feel like I'm getting blood work done at least every other week.
Yeah.
And it's
good thing your blood doubles in your body when you're pregnant because they're
triples for me.
Yeah, triples for you because they're taking
a lot.
Lots of it. To where? Where do they take it? Who's drinking that?
No one's drinking. I hope no one's drinking my blood.
I don't know.
They are testing it for different things. And today I did a gestational diabetes test that is so obnoxious because you have to drink this drink that women hate, but I actually think it's very tasty. And then you have to sit there for an hour and then they draw your blood. And then if you fail that one, then you have to go back and do it for 3 hours. Mm-hmm. It's just like, it seems like a lot. And I feel like
it was a lot.
And I'm grateful for all of these things so we can know that the babies are healthy and that I'm healthy and figure out what's wrong. So I am grateful for it. I'm not trying to just sound like a little brat here, but like, I'm going to sound like a little brat. Because like when my mom was pregnant, they did like one ultrasound and they were like, no, you're fine for like 9 months.
Same, probably. Yeah.
I'm not saying that's good because we catch a lot of issues with all the tests and blood work and ultrasounds we do now.
Sorry,
but
you hate science and
no,
all
I
that's
love
achieved.
it. I love it. I just like, I'm sick of giving people my blood. Like, let me just have my blood. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Especially
I feel that way about my blood, so
like,
it makes sense.
Stop taking my blood. It just is a lot, you know?
Yeah, but they're doing this for a scientific and medical good reason.
Of course.
To keep you, the baby's healthy.
I totally understand that.
But what it involved was us getting up very early, going to a doctor, and you had to
and
fast for 12 hours, and then they made you drink a drink, and then we sat in a car in the parking lot for an hour as you talked about how much you wanted to eat or drink something but couldn't. Mm-hmm. And then you had to go back in and get blood drawn.
Yes.
Which for you is something you have to preface with, I might faint, I'm going to faint, I'm fainting.
Yes.
Every time it happens.
Well, I didn't this time. I didn't faint this time.
Okay.
But I remember, I was going to ask you if you remember this. So on tour with Flynn, I was just, at this pregnancy, I've accepted it. I'm like, yeah, I get blood work every day. I go to the doctor every day. It's just
sounds
how
like
it
you're
is.
come to terms with it. And are totally,
okay, listen, I'm way better than I was with Flynn. There was one blood test that I went on tour and my doctor was like, you need to get this blood work done by week 29 or something of your pregnancy. And I was like, no. Do you remember this?
Yeah, I remember because I was not with you at that point. I was filming something, but I kept reminding you, hey, you got to do this. They said you can do it at any place that does this anywhere in the country and they'll send it to our doctor. And you're like, yeah, I'll do that. And you just didn't.
Yeah, my doctor was like, you need to get this blood test. And I was like, I'm about to go on tour. I'm so stressed. I can't go spend an hour or 2 hours to get this blood work. Like I've got so much to do to prep for a tour. And then I'm going to be on tour. I'm not going to spend a day on my tour getting my blood work done. And I was just so mad. And I wouldn't do it. Now I'd be like, okay, we got to figure out how to get this done.
Well, to be fair, the one we did today, she was like, can you do this 2 weeks ago? Right?
Well, yeah. But I did it and I never said I wouldn't. But do you remember? I was so stubborn. At that point, I was so sick of the doctor. I was so sick of my life just being overtaken by the doctor and blood work and so much and so many symptoms and ailments that I was on tour and my doctor kept calling me like, have you gotten the blood work done? I was like, no. And people were like, you have to go get it. I was like, no, I don't want to.
That's interesting. Now I get what you mean by like you've come to terms, you've accepted it, because at this point in Flynn's pregnancy, you were just like on tour being like, no, I'm not doing the tests. I'm not going to the doctor anymore. Whereas now we're like home and we're going 3 times a week. Like literally.
Right. So I guess who needs to relax is like all the blood work have to get done, but I'm grateful for it. So I don't want to sound like I'm not going to do it. Like, yeah. And I did end up doing that test, by the way, the blood work. I don't remember what it was for, but when I was pregnant with Flynn.
Of course you did.
Because I went to the doctor when I got home from tour and he's like, did you get that blood work done? I was like, no, I was on tour. I was busy. He's like, okay, we can go right now. It's across the hall. Go right now. I will wait for you.
It's a lot because you have all these appointments and then they're like after the appointment, like, oh, and can you go do this
blood work for 2 hours?
This very involved thing.
It's just a lot. I never knew there was this much that goes into pregnancy.
I'm grateful for it all because it's helping us get through this in a healthy way. But who knew? Who knew?
I didn't know before Flynn. I had no idea it was like this much blood work and all that stuff. But anyway.
I've for sure gone to the doctor more for my child and unborn children than I have for myself.
In your whole life?
Whole life.
The same. Yeah. Yes. I've been to the doctor way more during pregnancy than I have been to any kind of doctor combined my entire lifespan.
Like, I don't think I went to the doctor for 10 years.
I still don't have a doctor. Right. Anyway.
If any doctors are listening.
I need a primary care physician. Right. People ask all the time, like every time I go to like, and any kind of doctor, they're always like,
what's that?
I know they're like, who's your primary care physician? I'm like,
nothing hurts.
No one
right now. So.
Yeah, no one.
When it hurts, it goes away. So we're fine.
I go to urgent care if something hurts. It's not good. Anyway, so before we get into the meat of this episode, which I'm very excited about, I want to say thank you to our first sponsor.
Let's do it.
Our first sponsor of the day is one of our favorites. It's, of course, Stitch Fix.
Oh, Stitch Fix.
We love Stitch Fix.
My personal stylist.
Of course. Shopping for clothes can be daunting. You never know if things will fit, returns are difficult, and you don't even know what store to start with. It's very stressful.
We don't.
So this season, let Stitch Fix do all the hard work. Stitch Fix offers clothing hand-selected by expert stylists for your unique size, style, and budget.
Or are you just an expert in clothes? Like,
I don't know, some people just have the talent.
Just good genes.
Oh,
literally.
Pun, good pun, Lovey. I don't know. I know that it's a talent that I do not have. I'm horrible at style and fashion and figuring out what.
You don't like to shop. You won't be in a store if you don't find something you like within 60 seconds. You'll walk out of that store and call me and be like, "I'm out of that store."
I know. Stitch Fix makes it so I don't even have to go in the store to begin with. It's amazing.
Makes sense for you.
It's amazing. It's a completely different and fun way to find clothes that you'll love to wear. Every piece is chosen for your fit and your life, and it's the easy solution to finding what makes you look and feel your best. You try on the pieces at home before you buy them, and then you can keep what you love and return what you don't. And they make it super easy. They have free shipping, easy returns, and exchanges. And there's like a prepaid return envelope that's included. So if there's anything that doesn't fit right or you don't like it as much as others, you can just throw it in the baggie and send it on its little way.
It's very easy.
It's very, very easy. There's no subscription required. So you can try Stitch Fix once or set up automatic deliveries. You'll pay just a $20 styling fee for each box, which gets credited towards pieces that you keep. And there are no hidden fees ever. Stitch Fix has styles and clothing to fit any occasion for women, men, and kids. They ship all over the US and they're available in the UK as well. This makes shopping so easy. And let me tell you, there have been a couple times in my life where I was required to get a stylist and it was so expensive and such a hassle. And I had to like drive super far to, so even having a real stylist is like expensive and a hassle. And this just makes having a stylist easy and you just feel fancy.
Yeah, I never had that till now.
It's really nice. So if you guys want to check it out, get started today at stitchfix.com/relax and you'll get 25% off when you keep everything in your fix. That's stitchfix.com/relax for 25% off when you keep everything in your fix. stitchfix.com/relax. All right. So I am so excited for this episode because yes,
I've had a hard day.
Excited, love.
What a fever dream of a day that started with first thing in the morning, 4 hours at a doctor, straight to I have to watch the Lizzie McGuire movie.
Okay, we have to give some context about this. So we're going to be talking about the Lizzie McGuire movie today.
Why not?
Because we were watching He's All That on Netflix, which is a new movie starring Addison Rae, a TikTok star, which is the remake of She's All That from our childhood.
I know that one.
I do too. And we were watching He's All That. Mm-hmm. And then we were also watching, like the next night or something, we watched JoJo Siwa's new movie that just came out.
The J Team,
which is amazing. And we're so proud of JoJo. But it got us talking about like movies we watched when we were youngins and how different things are now. But Erik was kind of saying that they were so much different now. And I was kind of saying, no, it's all the same. They're all the same kind of thing. And we started talking about like our favorite childhood movies. And I brought up my favorite childhood movie or my preteen movie fave.
Right, because these movies cater to a certain demographic.
Yes.
And so we were comparing it to the ones that we watched when we were of the age of said demographic.
Yes. And so my favorite was the Lizzie McGuire movie. And Erik did not. He was like, I've not seen that.
I don't know what that is. Well, you brought it up as if it was like the Holy Grail. Like you were like, this is the best movie.
The Lizzie McGuire movie and Mary-Kate and Ashley movies were Mary-Kate and Ashley movies are next. So anyway, Erik proposed an idea. He said, I will watch. I said, we're watching the Lizzie McGuire movie. He said, absolutely not. And then he said, well, I'll watch it. And then we can talk about it on the podcast. And then you have to watch a movie of my choice.
Right.
And we'll talk about it on the podcast.
I don't know what that's going to be yet, but yeah.
Because I don't watch movies, guys.
No.
As you might remember from like the first few episodes of this podcast, when it comes to movies, I know no famous actors. I've never seen, name in your opinion, the top 5 most famous movies right now.
With the most 5 famous movies?
Yeah, like everyone's seen this. Like The Godfather, I haven't seen it. Star Wars, I haven't seen it. You know what I mean?
You've never seen Star Wars?
No.
Okay.
No, Star Wars. What are other famous movies that everyone's seen?
I mean...
I don't know. What are movies that like everyone's seen?
Well, you've seen like the Forrest Gumps, the Jurassic Parks. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Like, what are the most famous movies?
I don't know. Yeah, like I just feel like I haven't seen...
Every movie.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
I haven't seen anything.
I think those are the 2 movies that you've seen.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah.
Other than
like Mary-Kate and Ashley movies and the Lizzie McGuire movie.
Yeah, I think that's been established in the canon of this podcast. Yes.
Right. So he's going to make me watch a movie. And I think he agreed to watch Lizzie McGuire because he knew that it would force me to watch an actual good movie with him.
Yes.
I mean, I think Lizzie McGuire is an actual good movie.
And I also wanted to challenge myself to have to sit through.
Right.
And the Lizzie McGuire movie and just dissect
the
hell out of it.
So we watched the first maybe 15, 20 minutes of it together, and it was glorious. And I was reminded of how much I loved this movie and how incredible it is. And it totally stands the test of time.
Okay.
And then we had to watch the remaining part of the movie separately because we have a 2-year-old and we're never in the same room. And
I watched the rest of it.
He watched the rest of it.
It was the longest hour and 37 minutes of my life. I kept pausing the movie to be like, how much is left? I'm watching this movie, taking the notes of a serial killer in this book.
Erik took notes. I don't need to. I've got it memorized.
Scratchings. I mean,
so he watched the Lizzie McGuire movie during Flynn's nap, and I watched the Lizzie McGuire movie, rewatched the rest of it during Flynn's bath time and dinner time tonight, so that we had our separate time. So I was a little disappointed to not watch it with you, but now I'm really excited to know what you think about everything. And if you're watching, you'll notice I'm wearing a Lizzie McGuire t-shirt, and I even put butterfly clips. I tried to style my hair like how Lizzie McGuire.
These are things you already owned.
Of course. I don't
get that. I watched the movie. I didn't notice that her hair was like that.
It wasn't like this in the movie.
No.
But Lizzie McGuire always had she did have braids at one point in the movie, by the way, little tiny braids, but she always had butterfly clips and stuff. And so I was like, what's a fast, easy hairstyle I can do really right now? Braids. And I was like, but I can spice it up.
I didn't know what you were
clips.
doing. Okay, now I understand.
The butterfly clips.
The attempt.
Anyway, so let's talk about this movie. I don't even know where to begin. It's the best movie of all time.
I know where to begin.
Should we give a premise of the movie, like a quick,
No? For me and for our audience.
I hope everyone's seen it who's listening.
Of course they have. Maybe they have. Maybe we should alert them before this airs. I would ask, for me as a first-time viewer, what is Lizzie McGuire that has led up to... I read that this is the culmination of a series for Disney, like the Disney Channel.
Yes.
Lizzie McGuire was a series.
Yes, it was an incredible series.
And then it ended with this movie.
Yes.
So what was she before this? Like, is she so her conscious is a cartoon. Is that in the series? And
yes.
She's just a kid? Is she a singer?
She's a 13-year-old girl just trying to make her way through life. She's just a regular girl who has to deal with high school bullies.
Is she a pop star too? Is she a singer?
She's in the movie.
But she's not in the series.
No.
She doesn't sing songs in the series?
No, but she does kiss Aaron Carter in the series, which was a big deal on the Christmas episode. You don't know who Aaron Carter is?
No.
Yes, you do. Come on. Aaron Carter, this was my sister's biggest childhood crush. The Aaron
Am I
Carter.
supposed? That's how I'm.
No, it's just
is that how it's
is
supposed to ring a bell?
I
What?
think it was her first concert too. Was Aaron Carter? He was like this little blonde. He was Nick Carter's little brother. Do you know who Nick Carter is?
No, what?
I think his name is Nick Carter. Wait, which one is it? He was in Backstreet Boys. I think Nick Carter.
Okay.
Did I just make that up? I'm sorry, podcast
I'm aware
listeners.
of the Backstreet Boys.
So one of the I think. Maybe it was in 98 Degrees. I don't remember. No, that's Nick Lachey. Nick Carter was in Backstreet.
I'm having a stroke.
Anyway, he's the little brother, and he was like this like young kid, like pop star, and all these little girls like freaked out over him. And
why are you telling me this?
Because
I'm just confused. Why? I literally was like, did she sing in the TV show? And I don't know why are you telling me this?
Because I just can't believe you don't know who Aaron Carter is.
How did this even come up? Anyways, so wait, is this before Miley Cyrus, her show?
Yes, it is.
Because that was what I was getting to. Was this like the base for like we have like a teen tween girl star and she's a pop star too? Like I don't understand why she was like
just Miley Cyrus
singing in the movie.
Because
did she have a singing career outside of the TV show?
I think there's a lot. Yes,
Hillary
she did.
Duff?
Hilary Duff, of course, had a singing career outside of the TV show.
Oh, what songs?
Well, first of all, did you recognize the songs in the movie? This is what dreams are made.
That one I looked up who wrote it.
Mm-hmm. But you've heard it before. That's like a very popular song. Hey now.
It did seem like familiar to me. Yeah, I didn't know why I knew it, but I looked up who wrote it.
That's an iconic song.
Oh, we should. You know that song "Break My Stride"?
No.
Break My Stride.
Oh yeah.
That's the guy. Yeah, that was like a number one hit when
Yeah.
it came out. That's the guy who later became a record producer. Wrote that song for the movie.
I love that.
And he also produced Tragic Kingdom, No Doubts. Breakthrough album, among albums for like Miley Cyrus and Kelly Clarkson, stuff like that. He became a big record producer.
That's great news.
But I looked up that little trivia that he wrote that song. I guess I was kind of aware of it. In any case, so how long did the series go on for? Seasons?
It was only 2 seasons, I think.
Only 2 seasons, and then they did a movie.
Yes.
Okay.
And it was an incredible show. I don't know. It was just like relatable for young girls.
What was she doing? Doing things, and then her cartoon brain would chime in?
Yeah, like the cartoon brain was like, I almost feel like it was like her anxiety. Like her cartoon brain was like, would freak out. So I just, as an adult watching it, I am like, oh, this seems like it's like, it reminds me now of like anxiety where I'm like, in real life, I am like trying to smile through things.
I think it's inner monologue.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, it is.
Which you don't have, apparently, we learned on this podcast.
Well, I mean, it's not a cartoon version of me like doing slapstick thing. Is that what it is in the original series?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And it's her, and she has a younger brother who's...
Yes. Mm-hmm. She has a younger brother, and she has 2 best friends, Gordo, who's in the movie. And the whole time you're like, Gordo and Lizzie should be together in the TV show, but they're never together. They're only friends. And her other best friend is
in the TV show, it's the same kind of... tension?
No, there's no tension. There's like not even an implication that they're going to be together.
So that came in the movie. Okay.
Yeah.
So that's like the payoff for people that secretly wanted that.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
And
spoiler alert.
Yeah. And then Miranda is her other best friend who is not in the movie and was not in the last few episodes of this season.
Yeah.
Series.
I was looking at fun facts about the movie, and apparently she turned down the movie to pursue her singing career.
Oh, I didn't know that. I never knew why she did.
Well,
I've never heard any of her songs, but now I need to look them up, I think.
I guess so.
Yeah. So that is, so it's like just these 3 kids trying to make it through life, you know, high school, junior high is hard.
Situational junior high comedy.
Mm-hmm.
And at the beginning of Here We Are Now, the epic Lizzie McGuire Movie.
Mm-hmm. It's amazing. So you took notes.
I have some, well, I just wanted to get this right. Here we go now with the Lizzie McGuire Movie, a $17 million budget.
Okay.
It starts with a junior high graduation.
Mm-hmm.
And as one does when they graduate junior high, is they take a 10-student trip for 2 weeks to Rome, Italy.
Yeah, of course.
Where did you go for your junior high graduation?
I was homeschooled, so this was very believable to me because I was homeschooled. I didn't know what they did in real school. I was like, oh, you go to Rome. I don't know.
think we did anything when I graduated junior high. And if we did, it was TGI Fridays for like loaded potato skins. I know it's very fancy.
That's like very expensive,
it's
fancy.
Like, yeah.
Did you know people don't think that like Applebee's, Chili's, TGI Fridays are like, those to me are like fancy. And then if you were really rich, you'd go to Cheesecake Factory. That too. Olive Garden.
Olive Garden is for like billionaires. It's just like Jeffrey Bezos at like Olive Garden.
But Cheesecake Factory is like, whoa.
Yeah, that's...
there's a marble pillars in this place. Like you sit on cushions. They have
stairs. Like you have to go upstairs to it.
This is, anyway. Mm-hmm. So yeah, TGI Fridays is pretty fancy for junior high.
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry.
It's a big deal. It's a big deal.
So did you the only notes you took was that it's a $17 million budget?
I was going in order. I just wanted to like set the scene.
Okay.
Like now they've had the series, right? Now they're making a feature film of it. Yes. Released in theaters? Yes.
Yes, I saw it in theaters.
Wow.
Oh yeah. I saw like opening day. It's incredible. It's an incredible masterpiece.
Not even opening weekend of the movie. You went opening day. You went to like the Thursday night midnight showing.
No, I wouldn't. I don't think I did that, but I definitely went like the day it opened. Mm-hmm. And I feel like I saw it with my sister. I can't really remember who I saw it with.
Okay, but how the movie really starts is a montage of her younger brother
getting blackmail on
Matt
her.
Is his name.
Matt.
And the movie starts with her kind of doing her morning routine. Mm-hmm. And her younger brother, Matt, is desperately trying to get blackmail on her for some reason.
Yeah, it's kind of weird.
So he sets up a hidden camera on a remote control car and drives it into a room. And she thinks like, oh, well, I've got your toy now, and closes the door.
But we should talk about how weird this is.
I am talking about how weird it is. And then he's like, got you. I have my secret camera. And he's filming her in her morning routine and thinking he's got this great blackmail on her for I don't know what reason.
Because she was singing like into a hairbrush?
His parent? Who's he going to show it to?
Yeah, I don't know.
What is he going to get out of this exchange? This blackmail is her singing into a hairbrush. Mm-hmm. But during this scene, she changes outfits multiple times.
Yeah, I know.
She's changing clothes. She changes, I think, 3 times.
Did
3
you
different
rewatch
outfits.
it or you just remember this?
I took notes.
Oh my God. Yeah, it's weird. Why is he filming her like getting ready? It is like, you just have to assume he didn't watch that part.
And,
because that's weird.
and at the end of it, he says, and I quote, "I shall win the Academy Award." And he's filmed his sister changing clothes secretly. He's going to win. This is the start of a children's movie. This is the very beginning. This is pre-credits, pre-opening credits.
Teenagers. I was a teenager.
How old are you when you graduate junior high? I think you're like 14.
I was 13, but 13, 14.
I also immediately noticed the effect it had on you via like wardrobe and style.
Oh, yeah.
Like I feel like it.
I own butterfly clips. They are currently in my hair.
Right.
But
also like there's like a crop top element to it.
They don't wear crop tops.
She certainly does.
No, she does not.
She does.
When does she? Lizzie McGuire would never show that much skin.
In the final performance.
It's not a crop top. It shows like 1 inch of her belly. It shows like a square around her belly button of skin.
She has like the sequined sticker around her belly button.
Yeah, I know. But I remember those, by the way. I remember those came out.
Was that a thing you could buy?
Yeah, like Claire's. Yeah, you could buy like these like tattoo diamond stickers you could put around your belly button. Because what was popular back then was belly button piercings. But like no young teenage girl was allowed to get them. So their like fix for that was like, well, you can decorate around your belly button. But anyway,
I've made my mistakes, but for all the people out there that got belly button piercings, I think you live the rest of your life with like a hole atop your belly button. I don't
know. I wanted one really bad. My mom wouldn't let me get one. Mm-hmm. I wanted one because Britney Spears had one. I wanted one so bad. I thought they were so cool.
Yeah, I don't know about them.
I wanted one really bad. But no, she did not wear a crop top in that final scene in her performance. It's like literally maybe a 2-inch by 4-inch square of skin around her belly button that you can see. Because she's wearing hip huggers, like really low waist pants. And just kind of like a shirt that goes up a little bit.
Sure.
Anyway, continue on.
I continue on. I'm leading this.
Yes, you're the one who took notes. I mean, I could talk about Lizzie McGuire Movie all day, but like,
yeah, I just think it's insane.
Well, actually, I'm gonna interrupt you here, okay? Because we're getting too worked up. We haven't even gotten 1 minute into the movie, and we already need to say thank you to our next sponsor. I don't think we're gonna go minute by minute. I think I'm just gonna like express my. We've got to get into the plot, the really good juicy stuff of this movie.
I think we could do that in 2 seconds.
No, not with me. This is going to be the longest podcast we've ever done. But I do want to say thank you to our next sponsor before we move on. So let's do that. Okay. Oh, I'm excited about this one, Lovey.
What is it?
I talk to these people more than I talk to you, and you're my husband.
Oh,
it's DoorDash.
I know who it's going to be. Yes.
So, do you find yourself ordering with DoorDash more than twice?
You do talk to them more than you
really
talk to me.
do. Like, I'm always talking to DoorDash. I text DoorDash more than anyone probably ever in my life. Do you find yourself ordering with DoorDash more than twice per month? In that case, let's talk about getting you signed up for DoorPass, the easiest way to save money on what you're already eating. Now, I literally use DoorDash at least
twice a month.
I know, at least once a day, at least.
And then I use it another 2 times.
Right. And when I say at least once a day, I really mean like at least, because that's a rare day if I ordered it only once. Like
we use it a lot.
We use it
This
a
is
lot.
The truth.
DoorPass is a membership that offers unlimited $0 delivery fees from thousands of restaurants, grocery stores, and convenience stores. With your membership, you can save an average of $4 to $5 on each order you place for delivery or pickup. That means, on average, DoorPass pays for itself when you order twice a month. And if you order every day, it saves you a lot of money. And when they reached out to us to be a sponsor, we were like, well, we already are using your services every single day. So yes, this is a very good partnership.
You can advertise on our podcast. We'll still be in debt.
Yeah, we love DoorDash, and we also love DoorPass. So with over 18,000 restaurants eligible for DoorPass, you may even find a new favorite restaurant. Flowers, pet supplies, groceries. DoorDash has so much more than just restaurants. Whatever you're using DoorDash for, additional savings await you with unlimited $0 delivery fees with DoorPass. Try a free month of DoorPass now and watch your savings add up. Stop or start your membership anytime after your free trial ends. We love it and use it every day because we don't go outside of our house. And so we get our food delivered to us. And it's really wonderful. So if you guys want to check it out, and if you're ready to save money on your DoorDash orders, DoorDash is offering a free month for DoorPass right now. Stop spending money on delivery fees. Try DoorPass from DoorDash today for free. When you've got 0 delivery fees, you're free to get more because you can. Start your free month today. All right, let's get back into Lizzie McGuire.
You forced me to watch it, so let's
please do. Okay, so yes, really it starts off with the brother, but anyway, filming her, it's kind of weird. They go on this vacation to Rome.
So the parents are at the airport, ushering off their 14-year-old daughter to go to Rome for 2 weeks,
right?
With her principal, played by Alex Borstein. Wonderful actress. She voices Lois on Family Guy, which I'm a huge fan of, and she was on Mad TV. I think must have been on Mad TV like when this movie came out.
I don't know.
And I will have to say that she is pitch perfect during this movie.
She's great.
She's fantastic.
Everyone's great. There's not a single bad choice by anyone in this movie, in my opinion.
I don't know about that.
Well, actually, there's one person. There's one person who I actually really appreciated their performance, but I'm very confused by their performance now watching it as an adult. I wonder if you noticed it, but and maybe I'm jumping ahead a little bit because you're like really telling the plot of the story bullet point by bullet point.
I'm just getting them to Rome.
Okay, so can I tell you before I forget?
Don't have much else to say.
Well, before I forget, I wonder if you noticed the only acting performance that I was really taken aback by watching it as an adult, because I haven't watched it in a very long time, was there was a man wearing like a Roman soldier like outfit, but only the top half. His bottom half was in jeans, and he was always. I can't believe you didn't notice this. I'm so sad I wasn't watching.
What you're talking about? The bus driver?
maybe it's the bus driver. I don't know, but he was always there at the bus.
Yeah.
But he was outside.
The bus driver?
But he was in like a Roman soldier costume and jeans. And he would always stand right outside the bus.
Yeah, the principal character looks at him, like double takes at him. This is strange that our bus driver for our school trip is wearing half a
She
Roman.
says this?
She just gives a glance at the very beginning when they first get to Rome.
Well, he's in every scene in the background.
I honestly only noticed him that one singular like moment. I didn't even see him. I didn't even see his face. I didn't see the jeans part
Okay,
of
well,
this.
tonight we have to go back to Lizzie McGuire Movie.
I certainly will not go back for a third time.
You are going back tonight.
Try and watch
just
this
to
movie.
watch those scenes because it's really remarkable. His performance. He's just like he's living his best life acting as a background actor in those scenes, wearing like a Roman soldier outfit, but only the top half and jeans. It's so confusing. So wonderful. Anyway, that's the only acting that stood out to me. The rest of it, perfection.
I will not talk about other actors' performances.
Okay.
Like I refuse to, because I think that it's a very strange job. I'm not going to say hard because like it's relevant to other jobs that people have in the world and in life. It's not hard, but it's strange. And I think that it's very circumstantial. Like sometimes scenes can be very early, you know what I mean? Or you're having a bad day, or it's the direction, you know what I mean? It's very subjective, objective. It's like all of these things. Like
we understand all that, but let's get back into the movie.
But if I were going to critique anyone's performance,
who's it going to be?
But I can't. But I won't because of all these things. Because of this empathy that I have.
Get to it. Let's get the tea. Who would you critique?
Well, if I were to see this movie, I would not have think that the titular character.
You would not have think
that the titular character had acted before, but she has done 2 seasons of this character.
Are you talking about Hilary Duff here?
No. Yes.
She's incredible.
Okay.
And she's her own style. There's a lot of acting.
It is its own style.
And that's what I appreciate. It's like this.
Oh no!
I can't believe I'm in Rome.
Yeah, it is that.
Gordo, what am I going to do?
You see. A lot of times, like when you act, like you see the wheels turn like behind the eyes, like you see it in her whole, she takes that moment and the wheels turn over her whole face.
She plays 2 characters in this movie, love.
She certainly does. But to get back to the principal, my one critique of this that I don't understand is she's wearing a like headset, like tour guide in a museum microphone the whole time. Who is she talking to in that? Like
the students.
No, but they're not listening on headphones. They don't have anything.
I know it's got a speaker. Like it's
just to amplify her voice. She's talking to 4 children right in front of her. And only 2 of them are featured actors.
I like that every time you've mentioned the students, the number has gone down. It started at 10 and then you said 6 and now you say 4.
There's like the kind of, I would say like the dumb jock archetype.
Ethan Kraft.
Relax. And then there's like the mean girl, popular girl archetype. And then there is Gordo.
Yes.
My beloved. Great.
You love Gordo?
Great performance.
Oh,
yeah.
Are you being serious? Or are you being facetious?
Gordo is,
He's great, right?
He's great. And then our lead.
Our hero.
Don't forget. Our ingenue.
Well, you can't forget the other main character in this movie.
Oh, no, I cannot. Paolo. Yeah.
Okay, so they get to Rome and it's amazing, but then Hilary Duff.
We can skip to the end now. That's as detailed
No, we're
as
not
I want
skipping
it to
the
be.
end. No. Wait, is that all you have to say about this movie? Lizzie McGuire meets Paolo.
I have like 2 other main sections that like were upsetting to me.
Upsetting?
Yeah.
What was not upsetting? What was wonderful?
I wouldn't say, like I said, I kept pausing it to see, well, how much is left? I didn't get like lost in it.
I did. And here's what I was going to say. When I finished it today.
You saw it opening night, you said.
Yeah. Well, but I'm telling you, like as an adult, I feel like it holds up. Like I watched it and I went like, this is a good plot. Like, it's like, I was riveted and I know what happens. And I was like, this is a great story. It's a great plot. It's good writing. Like, I thought the writing was good. And you get plenty of montages. There's so many montages in this movie.
That was one of my hangups was specifically there is a fashion montage and a dance montage.
Wait, when's, oh yeah, the dance.
Both
okay.
certainly have their place.
There's more montages than that, by the way.
Of course there is. But I'm saying this kind of movie, this type of genre film, of course you need a fashion montage.
Of course.
Of which there is several. But the one I'm talking, and a dance montage. But the fashion one I'm talking about is when she meets who I think is their stylist or manager.
Stylist.
An Italian woman. And she's now blonde. And has an American accent.
Well, you didn't explain this. She's blonde. So Lizzie McGuire is blonde.
Do I need to? Does it need to be explained?
So basically, Paolo.
Who are you explaining this to?
Paolo is this famous pop star in Italy, and he has a
set this up for people who don't know.
Of course. And his pop star partner, his girlfriend, they do everything together, is Isabella. And Isabella and Paolo are famous in Italy. And Isabella just happens to look
because he
identical to Lizzie McGuire.
Right. So when he sees her, he says, wow, you look identical to my singing partner. Is that a thing?
Yeah.
And are there pop duos that are singing partners that are male and
I don't know, but in this movie there are, and I believe it. And
they're on billboards together, but like it looks just like
Lizzie McGuire,
but she's a brunette.
And Paolo mentions like, oh, Isabella is like out. Like she doesn't want to do this anymore. So you can do it with me. You can be my new partner and everyone will think you're Isabella, even though you're just this sweet little American girl named Lizzie McGuire. And that's the plot point that kind of wigs me out a little bit. Like that she's just like 14, 15, I think 14-ish. And she's just going around Rome with this like dude, just like alone. Like just like roaming around. How old is this guy? Why is he like picking up this 14-year-old girl, taking her all over Rome? It's really
Gordo
weird.
is obviously very in love with her, and it's just like the ultimate like cuckold, like covering for like the whole time.
So here's this weird Italian guy. Just go explore Rome together.
Yeah,
please. It's really weird.
They set it up that she's like, well, I want an adventure, and the first thing he says to her is like, oh, I'm sorry, I thought some people want to come here for an adventure, a la like Vespa. Around Rome with me, this pop star.
Paolo.
Yes. Meet me at the fountain at 9 a.m. Like, it's all
amazing.
It's all amazing.
It's amazing, but also like, this is that is like a horrible, like, maybe it's kind of weird.
But so fashion montage, it's like with this manager and she's we need to see you in the outfits. But she never questions why she's now speaking with a complete American accent. And she has blonde. She goes, you have blonde hair now. And Lizzie McGuire goes, yeah, sorry, I changed it to blonde. But she doesn't.
No, she doesn't. She explains why. She said, when on our trip, there was a lot of sun. The sun changed it blonde.
I know, but she says it. She didn't do an Italian accent.
No.
At all. Like nothing. Like nothing. In any case, then their first outfit is essentially like a gray sheet with like a rope tied around it, and then she has a newspaper on her head with like ping pong balls hanging off, and they're like clapping for her.
Yeah,
like they literally just had her like do a fashion montage in trash. One of them was like an inflatable igloo.
Igloo. Oh, really? I think it's an igloo.
Well, I'm not going to argue with you. I will just defer. And then there's a dance montage where I think they're just doing a two-step back and forth, but they like did these like...
They did like 8 times in different angles.
With all these like swooping camera cranes. Yeah. And they're just literally just going back and forth, like clapping.
Yeah.
Like doing a two-step and clapping.
Yes.
And they made a 6-minute dance montage out of that.
Correct. So wait, yes, the montages, it wouldn't be like a 2000s like preteen girl movie without montages. This movie came out in
2003.
Right.
Where were you in 2003?
This is embarrassing.
Were you prime? Were you her age? Were you like, you must have been.
I was not.
What were you? Why are you laughing?
Because I
was in college.
I was not in college. I was in high school.
Okay.
But 2003, I was 16.
Oh no.
And you know what? I loved it.
Yeah.
So I was 13 to 14, and I'm trying to remember in 2000. Yeah, I was 40. Yeah, I was 16.
Don't ever ask us
I was
to do
16.
math on this.
Yeah, no. I was definitely 16, which is too old. I understand. But I loved it. I loved Lizzie McGuire when I was younger, and it took a while to make this movie. I was homeschooled. Okay. I love this movie. And you know what? I'm an adult woman. I'm in my 30s. I'm a mother. I'm pregnant with twins. And I have no shame. I love this movie. It's a great film.
Yeah, it's not.
It's a masterpiece.
Well, you know,
so what's your next thing?
Well, I certainly wanted to get into like some accent work talk here.
Okay, boring.
But this might take a while, but do you want me to get into it?
You're just going to talk about Italian accents?
I will talk about, there are several. This movie takes place in Rome. Mm-hmm. The whole time they're in Rome. There are several Italian characters. Mm-hmm. None of them are Italian.
How do you know?
Because I looked it up. Because I did the research. And the accents to me are wild.
I think they're amazing.
And I think I know accent work as an actor, especially a child, younger, like it is hard. But it seems to me that they thought in this movie, if your hair is dark and you talk like this,
right?
Like you're like, who cares? Like you're Italian in our Lizzie McGuire movie.
Yeah, I'm not an expert on Italian accents. I didn't question it.
Yeah.
I didn't question it.
Can I play some audio for you? Would you mind?
Please play some audio.
Okay. For me. So I'm gonna play an audio clip now.
So we're gonna rewatch the movie.
No, well, I know. Then it's me doing it. But I just want you to hear this
masterpiece.
Sure. And it kind of reminds me
what is the scene we're gonna watch?
Of The Room, like one of our favorite movies.
Another brilliant movie.
But just this is Paolo. First talking to Lizzie McGuire and just explaining his relationship with Isabella. Mm-hmm. And I don't know. I honestly don't know. Like they're in Rome talking.
Okay.
Here it is. Just listen to this.
I'm listening. I'm ready.
And if you can place what region of Italy he's doing.
Oh, come on.
Do you still love her?
Who? Isabella? Of course I still love her. But like a sister.
I mean, yes, we've been voted Best Pop Duo of the Year again. But I want to do more serious music. And when I told this to Isabella, she said flat out no. So I was forced to tell her this is it. This will be our last CD together.
What did she do? Did she totally freak out?
She totally freaked out. And yes, I feel awful about that. But what about me? I need to grow as an artist, you know?
Yeah.
Okay.
All that
Paolo,
proved is that I want to watch the movie again.
If you had to guess, where do you think this actor is from?
It doesn't matter. He's from Italy in this movie, love.
Yeah, no, I know. But I'm just saying, like, none of the Italian characters in this movie are Italian.
So in order to play an Italian, you have to be an Italian?
Of course. No, I'm not. I mean, if they were doing it today, for sure. Yeah. But like, I just think that it does it sound, it sounds good to you?
I think you should do one of his lines with a good Italian accent then.
But I don't know. No. I'm just saying, I think he does a great performance in this movie. I think he's a great actor. And this guy's still working today.
Is he?
He's good. Yeah.
I don't know anything about him.
He's great. And he's so young in this movie. It's like, what a hard thing to do. But I just find it interesting that they didn't cast an Italian actor for that part. I mean, because they did film in Rome, a lot of this. And also a lot of this, they filmed in Canada, in Vancouver.
Oh my gosh.
This actor is from Toronto.
That's
amazing. He was born in Miami, Florida.
Okay. That's amazing.
And grew up in Toronto.
Listen, you showing
and
me...
And is playing Paolo.
You showing me a scene only makes me
Italian
love the movie more.
Singer.
It didn't prove anything to me. I thought his Italian accent sounded wonderful. I think it was great.
And then their manager stylist, the actor, also Canadian.
Great. Give the Canadians some work. That's wonderful.
Can we hear her accent?
Sure. Well, first let's say thank you to our next sponsor.
Okay,
let's do it. Oh man, Lovey, do I love solid gold pet?
You do.
I sure do.
You love your pets.
I do love my pets so much. I was just talking about this with Corey the other day, how much I love Gus and how
You spoil them.
I spoil him so
It's
rotten.
like solid gold.
Hey, Levy, did you know that Solid Gold was the first holistic pet food company in America? Started in 1974 by Sissy McGill. Sissy was a trailblazer and a pioneer who disrupted a male-dominated industry and created a natural pet food before it was cool. And this is another reason why I love this company. And I'm so happy we were sponsored by them because
it makes sense you would.
that's my type of woman.
For sure.
She's amazing. Solid Gold's nutritional platform is inspired by their founding belief that high quality food is the best way to impact our pet's mind, body, and spirit. For over 45 years, Solid Gold has revolutionized the holistic pet food category, and they have a recipe for any dog or cat's dietary needs, including healthy, whole grain, and grain-free options, wet food, supplements like sea meal, and 100% human-grade bone broth for dogs, which Moose gobbled up. And I'm still.
Sounds good to me. Am I hungry? This sounds good to me.
You want some bone broth?
I think
We
so.
got bone broth, love.
Okay.
Solid Gold foods are different because they cleanse the digestive system with whole superfoods, balance with
That
living
explains it.
probiotics, and fuel with omega-3 and 6 fatty acids, supporting gut health and nourishing your pet inside and out. This is a shocking thing.
Our cats are cleansed, it seems.
They eat way better than me. Like they have cleaner guts and insides than me.
I think when Gus was a kitten, you would only give him Fiji bottled water.
That's actually very
true.
true.
Am I making that up?
No, that's kind of a
I
true
remember you
statement.
telling me that.
Yeah, that's weird. I stopped doing that. But his food is top notch now. Just his water it's filtered tap.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, right now to save 30% on select Solid Gold products, go to solidgoldpet.com/relax. That's solidgoldpet.com/relax to save 30% on select Solid Gold products. Remember, solidgoldpet.com/relax. All right, let's talk more about Italian accents.
You look like a school girl. There is something very different about you.
That's great.
You think it's right? The rest of the island would have been a world of good.
Yeah, I mean,
Okay, I'll admit, hers is she's all, you look like a schooler girl.
she does it the thing. She does it like it's I think it's offensive. I think I'm not Italian, but I think I would be offended by this, and I certainly wouldn't be able to place it regionally. But what do you do? I think like you're an actor, you're an actress from Montreal, and they're shooting these scenes from this big Disney movie in Canada, and you get the job. Like you just go and try and crush it. But I'm just saying, I don't think they would do that nowadays.
I don't know. I don't think so. It's a preteen movie. I think they're doing a great job, love. And there's
It's supposed to
more
be campy.
important things we can be talking about than the Italian accents here. The plot, the main characters,
Well,
the incredible storyline.
I could skip all of that. There's one more like accent
Okay,
that we
all right.
have to talk about.
All right, let's see it.
Well, just to preface it, is that when Isabella is introduced, it is Hilary Duff playing Isabella. She's playing two parts in this movie. One with a brunette wig, one not. One with an Italian accent, and one not.
I think she does a great job. Let's hear it.
Okay.
Freaky, huh?
Way freaky. Way freaky.
That whole story about Paolo doing his own music and going solo, that's Isabella. She's the one that sings live.
See, Paolo is the one that lip syncs, not me.
Isabella is the one that wants
I think
to
it's
quickly
good.
act.
I thought it was fine. It's not good.
Not
but it's,
an easy job to do, for sure.
that was your biggest pick.
As
If
far
that
as-
was
as-
the worst thing for you watching this movie, I feel like it's a great
As far
movie.
as my suspension of disbelief, it broke the fourth wall from. But like, yeah, I guess maybe you're right. Maybe I love the story and the idea.
It's great writing, love.
It's fine writing.
It's great writing.
It's fine.
It's great. Now let's get back into you're so stuck on the
I hope
accents.
no
but
one
I
is
feel like
using this for their like book report of the movie. Like we're not giving a good like play by play as far as like the plot goes. It's more scattered. as is my notebook. But
yeah, but what are parts of the? I mean, talk to me about how
you talk to me. This is your favorite movie. Like I
never said it was my favorite movie.
I wrote this is insane. This is insane.
No. Okay.
Oh, the bodyguard, the Sergey, the bodyguard that recurs.
Yeah,
he's not Italian. That man is Irish. He's from Dublin. And I could play his accent right now, but I won't even.
We don't
bother
need to just hear everyone's accent. That seems to be your only hiccup with this movie.
Yeah, that and like pervert brother blackmail is like pretty much.
Those are your only hiccups with the movie.
Written down.
And it's a great. So that to me just says it's a great kid movie because
that's what that says to you.
Because any other kid movie, you would have 1,000 more things to say. The fact that that's all you have, those are the only
that's all I wrote
critiques
down. That's all I wrote
you
down.
have it's very impressive to me.
What
because
is?
That those are your only critiques about this movie.
Oh, I have more critiques.
Okay.
But like, I feel like you want to go through the plot more.
No, I think it's
Talk us through it. Like,
we kind of did, but then
give us the elevator pitch.
No, I'm not going to give the elevator. So I already told you at the beginning, and then basically she has to perform with Paolo. Lizzie McGuire does, they're going to lip sync a song together.
Mm-hmm.
And then at the award show, she finds out from Isabella. Isabella shows up
because Gordo filled her in.
Gordo filled her in. And Isabella shows up and is like, oh no, he's trying to sabotage me. He's going to try to make you look bad. And so then
by making you actually sing.
Yeah.
Thinking that she can't actually sing.
Yeah, when actually Isabella can sing. And then they like trick.
But he
cannot sing.
Right.
Right. And so then they make Paolo sing live and Lizzie McGuire sings live and Isabella. They all sing live and Paolo's awful and is embarrassed and runs away. And then Lizzie and Isabella sing this incredible song.
No, this is if you want to talk about other problems I had with the film, so they embarrass him. Mm-hmm. He leaves the stage and Isabella is like, now you go, Lizzie McGuire.
Yeah, that was kind of weird.
She's like, no, you, and walks off the stage and is like, this is this supposedly Italian pop star who was trying to be sabotaged by her ex. And now it gets back at him. And instead of like taking the spotlight, is like, hey, 14-year-old American tourist. That was the weirdest yawn I've ever seen. How hard you fought to hold that yawn in.
I'm very tired.
And Isabella leaves the stage and is like, 14-year-old junior high graduate, not pop star. You take center stage. You finish the choreographed song with my backup dancers alone in this stadium. Are they performing in the Coliseum?
First of all,
well, it's very green screened.
Oh, that's like one of the most iconic moments of all time is when, so there's this one part that's like very well known on the internet because it's very obviously a green screen. It's from Lizzie's back.
All those back shots to like big audience or like fireworks in the distance.
Well, there's this one particular scene that one particular shot. Lizzie's on stage performing, then all of a sudden it cuts to from behind her and her arms are spread out really wide. And it's the worst green screen you've ever seen in your life, but also 100% certainly not Hilary Duff. Oh. It's like very obviously like some other person, like they were editing it. And they were like, oh, we need one more shot here.
This one shot.
So just get a girl and we'll put her in a blonde wig. It's pretty incredible. So
I just didn't understand why the Italian pop star would be like, teenager, no, you take it.
Yeah,
like
that makes no sense. I agree with that.
And then Lizzie McGuire finishes the song with like 9 backup dancers and full as her parents are crying and they've now there watching her, and Gordo and her classmates and the principal are all watching her now. She's now performing alone on stage at the International Music Awards. And then she's like, oh, and give it up for the Italian pop star here in Italy. Come back on. It's very strange.
It is. And I'll give you that. It is very strange.
Conceptually, it's strange.
It's very strange.
It doesn't track.
I agree with this. And I thought this tonight when I was watching it. That was one thing I was like,
I just realized we've now talked I've had to watch this movie today and now we've talked about it for an hour.
And I have so much more to say.
What are we doing?
Well, here's the other. Well, this is like something we would talk about.
What is this episode? We're talking.
This was your idea, and now I'm really curious to know what movie you make me watch that we have to talk about. But anyway, yes, I will say rewatching it, her choreography is horrendous. It's basically just her like stepping from one side to the other. Like it's like
it's a two-step with a
bad.
clap.
I wouldn't even call it a two-step.
Well, I
honestly.
don't know what. And what's the one where like one foot goes back behind the other, then you go to the other side? It's very.
I don't know what you're talking about.
It's like
but
clap low, clap high, step back and forth. It was
real bad and incredible. And I sing that song almost every day of my life. I know you've heard me sing "This Is What Dreams Are Made Of."
Hey now.
This is what dreams.
Nope, can't do it. Copyright reasons. But the oh part of that song.
Oh. Yeah. What about it?
Yeah. Did you know, in trivia wise, did you know that it's her older sister that sang?
Oh, Haley Duff. She had a music career.
So she's dubbing for her sister's voice in that part of that. It's like
I did not know.
It's actually her voice that
Haley Duff's
voice that Hillary Duff. You can do it. Just yawn if you got to yawn. I don't know. You hold it. You look so much weirder when you hold it in. I don't know. Why?
Because I don't want to be rude and like yawning.
It's like you could just yawn or you could just go.
Well, because you have to understand, I'm not yawning out of like, because if you yawn at someone's face, it's very rude because it's like, oh, you're so boring.
It's not just my face, it's their face.
I know, but I can't help it. I'm
watching
pregnant.
Your podcast.
I'm extremely pregnant, which reminds me we should probably do a bump check before I get into my very passionate speech I'm about to get into.
Bump check.
So I'm wearing a really tight shirt today, and I'm like, it really is going to show what I feel. It's very uncomfortable. I'm very uncomfortable.
I don't know how to describe it anymore.
Okay, you got to try. Here we go.
It's very whoa. It's very big. It's pointy in some parts. It's now
pointy in some parts.
It's t-shirts now are crop tops. Like there's no bottom anymore. It hangs out the bottom. Whoa! We've gone full nude. Fully nude tum.
Yeah.
You're showing
big.
drift.
It's a big bump,
drift
guys.
in the mid.
25 weeks now. All right, now that bump check is over, it is time to say thank you to our next sponsor of the day, which is Beta Brand. We love Beta Brand. Well, I love Beta Brand. Yeah. Because you guys, getting back into the work routine is not so fun because we've all been wearing sweatpants for a year. So like to have to put on like fancy clothes, get out of here. No one wants to do that. So Beta Brand has the pants you never realized you needed. Ultra comfortable dress pant yoga pants. So your routine can now include clothes with professional style and comfort. What could be better than that? Beta Brand's dress pant yoga pants are designed with the fit and flexibility of yoga pants, but they look like professional dress pants. They're so amazingly soft and stretchy and absolutely effortless. Just throw a pair on, add a cute top, and you'll be set with style and comfort for your workday. There are tons of different styles to choose from, like straight leg, skinny, cropped, bootleg, and more. And colors from classic black to very fun prints. They even have denim styles. Beta Brand's dress pant yoga pants are perfect for whatever you need to get done that day, whether you're just sitting at a desk for 8 hours, working with the kids and bending and kneeling all day, or maybe you're a photographer and you need to squat to get that perfect shot. Whatever the case, you're going to look good and feel great doing it. These pants are made of wrinkle-resistant stretch knit fabric, so they look good all day and even travel well. Plus, they're machine washable and don't need to be ironed. And the best part is, my favorite part is, they have pockets. We're talking comfort and function. No more fake pockets that are sewn shut. These pants are designed for real women who need real pockets. New colors, patterns, and styles are coming out all the time, so be sure to keep an eye out for limited time new releases because they sell out fast. While you're there, make sure to check out Beta Brand's ultra flattering tops, skirts, dresses, and more. The dress pant yoga pants are just the tip of the iceberg. Right now, our listeners can get 30% off their Beta Brand orders when you go to betabrand.com/relax. That's BETABRAND.com/relax for 30% off your order for a limited time. And when you use our special URL, you're supporting our show too. Find out why women are ditching typical work pants for Beta Brand's dress pant yoga pants. Go to betabrand.com/relax for 30% off. All right, well, I have something that I want to talk about from the end of the movie that you have not brought up. And I can't believe you didn't catch the parallels.
That's fine.
Here.
Yeah, I think I have no more notes.
Well, I can't believe you didn't catch this.
What?
So Gordo and Lizzie finally kiss at the end of the movie, right?
Oh, I know what you're going to say. Yeah.
Do you know?
I did catch it. He
What?
says, thank you.
Uh-huh.
Is that from, and then in Haters, when
And she says,
when Miranda finally kisses Patrick,
yeah.
He said, what does she say?
She says, "You're welcome." It's the exact scene in Haters Back Off. And so when I was watching it, I was watching it going like, oh my God, this is like the exact.
You plagiarized?
No, I didn't. I did not plagiarize anything.
I don't think it's the same dialogue.
It is thank you, you're welcome. We kiss in the float and you go, thank you. And I go, you're welcome. And in Lizzie McGuire, he says, she kisses him and it's super awkward and out of nowhere.
I think he says more than that though.
No,
he says,
Gordo?
Yeah, he says, well,
no, he doesn't.
He says like, well, thanks for that. And she says, yeah, we should go downstairs.
No.
I'm going to bring it up.
She says, no, I promise you, because it blew my mind. He says, thank you. It's a really awkward kiss. It comes out of absolutely nowhere. It's totally not romantic. It's like the end of the movie.
It's not at all. She's like, oh, and Gordo? And just grabs his face and kisses him. And he's like,
She says, Gordo. And he goes, what? And then she grabs his face, kisses him. It's kind of awkward.
It's really awkward.
And then she looks away from him. And then he goes, thank you. And she goes, you're welcome. All right, let's go downstairs to the party.
Right, but I'm saying they didn't just say that. It wasn't the same moment as it was in Haters.
I think the moment in Haters was much better.
They had all this.
But what I'm trying to say is that I got to live my Lizzie McGuire fantasy because I always loved,
I'm Gordo?
You're Gordo and I'm Lizzie. And technically.
Is that the big reveal?
You know, a lot of people have asked about our first kiss. And I'm like, well, technically our first kiss was when we were shooting Haters because that scene was the first time we've ever kissed, right?
I guess so.
Technically that's our first kiss. And so I was like, our first kiss is kind of like Lizzie McGuire's first kiss. Don't you think?
I do, yeah. I mean, I guess.
So I got to my dream of being Lizzie McGuire.
We're gonna watch that moment now. We're gonna watch that moment now.
That my dream of becoming Lizzie McGuire actually came true. I literally
was that your dream this whole time? Sorry.
Yeah, my dream is to be like Mary-Kate and Ashley or like Lizzie McGuire when I was 13, 14, and apparently 16.
So when you were much older than Lizzie McGuire, your dream was to be Lizzie McGuire?
Yes, kind of. I don't know. But it came true. She kisses him, super awkward out of nowhere.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
Yeah, so,
and that's it. It's like
I say thank you.
Yeah,
he says,
do. Yeah. Patrick
thanks.
says thank you and he says thanks.
I don't think it's derivative of the Lizzie McGuire movie.
That I've ever seen another scene where two people kiss and one says thank you and the other says you're welcome. Like, I remember when we put that into the script, I was like, this is hilarious.
I was trying to cover for you that you didn't openly rip off the Lizzie McGuire movie for that scene because you wrote it.
Right. I didn't write that scene. Well, I mean, we all wrote the scene. We all, like, the writer's room wrote it. But I remember the first time I read it in the script, I think my brother wrote that scene. And I remember we would go back and forth and, like, act out the Patrick Miranda scenes in our office. And that was in the first draft.
You and your brother?
Me and my brother. Well, not, like, act it out. We would read out the lines to see what sounded like Miranda, you know?
Yeah.
And he put in, thank you, you're welcome. And I laughed. I thought it was so funny because what a weird thing to say after you kiss someone.
Right.
And I haven't watched it since I was a little girl. Well, 16. And when I watched it tonight, I was like, oh my God, this is the dialogue in Haters Back Off.
Yeah.
But it's supposed to be sweet and romantic here. And in Haters Back Off, I mean, it's sweet, I guess, but it's sweet and cute, whatever. But it's mostly just like a very weird situation to be like in the butt of an Uncle Float, you know, kissing.
Yeah. This is the ending of this movie. This is like
well, and as a fan of Lizzie McGuire, I have to say,
the romantic climax of this
very
movie.
Anticlimactic. We've been waiting so long for Lizzie and Gordo to finally be together.
So in the TV show, they were never like, you never like, it wasn't like a Jim and Pam situation. No. It was never like you rooted for them romantically even.
Well, we all rooted for them, but it wasn't like they were flirting. Like
they never flirted.
There was no chemistry. It was always supposed to be like they were just friends. There was never anything more that I can remember. I mean, maybe I'm wrong, but I don't remember it ever being anything more until this movie. And I remember in this movie thinking like, they're finally going to have Gordo and Lizzie together.
Yeah. I assumed because there's like a plane ride to Rome and she falls asleep on his shoulder.
Mm-hmm.
And then he's like, oh, that's nice. And puts his head on hers. And I was like, well, that's familiar.
Mm-hmm.
But I was also like, oh, this must have been a thing that they've set up over the It was only 2 seasons of a show?
Yeah. Sure, I didn't hide that.
You're not hiding them anymore.
It's late. Yeah, so it was only 2 seasons of a show. But still, the fans just wanted Lizzie and Gordo to be together. Lizzie was always in love with Ethan Kraft, the guy, the cheese guy. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So she was always
with the other guy that's in the movie.
Yeah.
That's not hinted at all in the movie.
No, it's
not.
Not.
They don't even speak.
No, she was always like in love with him on the TV show.
So that actor was in the TV show?
Oh yeah.
And but here in the movie, he just seems kind of like a bit of comic relief, if you could call it that. Right. Yeah. But they don't. But her and him they don't even interact.
No, they don't even interact at all. And then the popular girl is like her arch nemesis.
Is she in the TV show?
Oh yeah, she's like the mean popular girl. And in this movie, she kind of like helps her out. She's kind of like nice to her.
She reminds me of like the mean popular girl from like the Addams Family movies.
I haven't seen those. Anyway, I was just shocked at how similar it was to the Patrick Miranda kiss. And I never realized it, obviously, because I haven't seen this movie.
Yes, being in an Uncle Jim float.
Just saying to kiss and
it's
say
the same
thank
thing
you,
as
you're welcome.
Rome watching fireworks. Yes.
I thought that was a big deal. I was very excited about this because it's kind of like...
And Lizzie McGuire is just like Miranda.
I know it wasn't like our first kiss.
Patrick
our first
is kind
kiss
of
was
Gordo.
way, way later, way after that. But technically, that was the first time our lips touched. You know what I mean? So I'm like...
Yeah, what?
I'm saying...
I'm talking about the characters.
Right, I'm talking about kissing.
Okay.
And I was just saying that like our first kiss was kind of like Lizzie McGuire's first kiss with Gordo. And that's a very big deal for someone who wanted to be like Lizzie McGuire when I grew up.
Lizzie and Gordo.
Mm-hmm. What? Oh, names for the babies? We figured out the names for the babies, guys. It's Lizzie and Gordo. Absolutely.
I like
not.
that.
Brother and sister, like we're naming them like people who are in love with each other.
How about Paolo and Isabella?
Oh, there we go. Now we're talking.
That's good.
We have to figure out names for these kids, love.
They'll name themselves.
Everyone keeps asking me like if we have names, and I'm like, oh, no.
Our doctor even asked us that.
Everyone's
the
asking.
last
My
appointment, our doctor was like, "You guys
me.
have names at this point, right?"
No, we don't have any names, guys.
We said, "Nope."
Oh, it's rough. Anyway, that was today's episode. We just, this was great for me. I just got to talk about Lizzie McGuire. So we'll see whatever Erik chooses
for me
next
too.
week.
Honestly, like it opened up a genre of film that I wasn't aware of.
Mm-hmm.
As a lover of movies, like I'm open. I'm an open.
We should watch Mary Kay and Ashley next.
Watch it. Let's not do
Passport
that.
to Paris is incredible.
Let's absolutely not do that.
Are you gonna make me watch like a boring movie?
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, you're the worst.
Oh, you mean like a real movie?
How are we even going to talk about like this? There's so much to talk about. Like if you're watching boring movies,
you're insane.
I agree. Thanks for listening, everybody. We'll see you next week. Goodbye.
Bye.
You can relax. Colleen and Erik have a podcast. The world is scary and we're locked in our home, but now we have big microphones. So you can relax, that's the name of our podcast.